Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome. You're listening to The Cutting Edge right here on 1540 AM, 101.7 on your FM dial. I am your host, Mr. Al Roundtree, a.k.a. Tree, a.k.a. Mr. Social Baby. Again, I don't care what you call me. Just give me a holler when you need me. So welcome on this beautiful Thursday afternoon right here, joining us for this ride today, man. And we got a very special guest calling in today. Very special guest from right here out of the Houston area, University of Houston alumni and graduate, and now new draft pick for the Arizona Cardinals. Third round draft pick. Would like to welcome to the show Mr. Josh Jones. How you doing, Josh? Are you there? Is he there? Josh? Is he? Well, we might be. Hey, Josh, we'll get Josh on the line here in a second, but just glad to have him on today. Really, because I really want to talk to him a lot and just gain a new perspective. I think it's so awesome to have, a new guy, in the league perspective on just everything that they're seeing, what he's experiencing right now, because he's coming into the league at a totally different, unique time, historical time that none of us have ever seen and or experienced. And for him being a new player in the league, I just really want to know what his, what his take is, what is his perspective on everything that's happening right now. So I can't wait to get Josh's view and take on what's happening right now. So it'll be really interesting to see this feedback that he's getting, because I don't even know if he's been able to go to a team's facility or if he's been able to even work out with the team or have much interaction with them. So we'd love to see what kind of feedback he's gotten. What has this experience been like thus far dealing with the NFL? Because I think, when you a new guy, I'm sure he's very excited to be in the league and being selected, getting drafted first and foremost. I'm sure that was a lifelong dream of his. And I know that he's very excited to talk about what's happening with him and things like that. So we're looking forward to engaging in that conversation and him sharing with us. We'll hopefully get him back on here in a second. Josh, are you there? He might not be there just yet, but we're looking to get him on the line here shortly. So we're going to take a quick break real quick to see if we can get Josh back on the line. We're dealing with some technical difficulties, but it's all right. It's all good, everybody. We're going to get this thing going. Welcome to have Josh Jones on the line with us. We're going to get him on the line. We'll be right back here on The Cutting Edge. We'll be right back.
Edge Radio Network, where we have conscious conversations.
Edge is about love, relationships, and healing.
Edge Radio is for everyone and about everyone.
Edge is about working together.
Edge Radio is about recreating a beautiful body.
Edge is about community, synergy, and empowerment.
Edge is about being kind, compassionate, and loving to all.
And Edge Radio is about beauty and fashion.
各位观众 ，Edge Radio 是大家最好听的一个电台，不要忘记听哦。Yeah, I love Radio. You can hear all about the topic and join us soon.
Edge is about being on the edge and not jumping. Yes.
When people stop talking to each other, society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters. Been feeling a little edgy lately? Listen to Edge Radio. That'll push you over the top. 1540 AM and 101.7 FM.
Compassionate.
And we're back. Hey, we just had to get some things ironed out. We got it all taken care of. And like I was saying earlier, we're glad to have our special guest today joining us. New member of the Arizona Cardinals, third round draft pick, U of H alum, and stud on the football team as well. Josh, are you there?
Yeah, you got me out?
Hey, yeah, man, I can hear you. We're live and in effect, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. What about yourself?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I want to thank you so much for joining us today and taking some time out of your schedule to set aside some time to chat with us a little bit, man. And I'm very excited to have you on, Josh, because, you know, as a former player myself, you know, I was just telling our audience a few minutes ago that, you know, you rookies coming in right now. You coming in at a unique time in history. As a member to the NFL, and there's a lot of things that you guys are dealing that none of us who played in the league or, you know, anybody coming into any sport right now have had to deal with. And I really wanted to, you know, get your take on that. But first and foremost, you know, I love to hear your response to, you know, when you got drafted, when you got the phone call. What was that like for you?
Man, it was unbelievable, man. It was a great time for me and my family, man. You know, I put in a lot of hard work to get where I'm at right now. But, you know, I still got a long way to go. You know, it's just a part of my journey.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is the first step, man. This is definitely the first step, and I want to congratulate you on that. I know it was a dream come true for you, so I know your family and your friends were ecstatic for you, right?
Yeah, man, it was a great time. We couldn't have, you know, a lot of people usually how, you know, normal draft parties go. You have to have, like, a certain number that was able to be on camera and stuff, so it was a lot that went into it. But, you know, they're always pushing me and my family, just to get it, my friends, you know, they've been pushing me just to, you know, to get to this point, man. So it was an unbelievable time.
Yeah, awesome, man. Awesome. So so tell me, I mean, you know, kind of given what's been going on, because you got drafted during this whole COVID period and all of that. So what has transpired? Have you been to the team's facility yet? Like what's taking place to this point thus far?
So I have not been able to get out to AZ and get under the facility. But we've been able to meet over Zoom calls. We've been able to you know, have some meetings, you know, just get the base stuff down as much as we can. But we've really been off hands, you know. I've been trying to stay in shape, working out. I'm actually out here in Dallas right now, working out, man. It's just about being ready for that call, whenever we get that call to come in.
Absolutely. You got to be ready. And that's for sure, man. You know, it's really a trying time for you because, you know, this is your first time as a pro. And it's funny because I had another colleague on who's a former player as well, and we were talking about this, and we were talking about how, you know, it's a huge jump from, you know, having a strength and conditioning coach, right, who blowing your phone up or who gonna punish you if you late to training, right, or late to class. You know, we know what it's all like. But now you're not in that space, right? It's really on you, especially given this, you know, the situation that you guys are coming in with, you know, because you guys, you know, normally right now you be going through OTAs. You probably would have had a mini camp already or two. You know, you would have been getting acclimated to the team, to the facility, to the city, right, to the lifestyle and all of those things. But you're missing that. And I guess you kind of don't know what you don't know, but you do know that there's a difference between you training as a pro now versus training as a collegiate athlete. So what has that been? Because essentially it's on you now.
Yeah, man. Every day, man. Usually, you know, you got, like you said, a strength coach or your O-line coach, you know, banging up your line every single day. But now it's you. It's you and yourself and that alarm clock getting up and make sure you're putting in that work, putting in that time.
Right.
And that's what pros do, man. They put it in, you know, no matter what, because it's their job. It's, you know, they take stuff very seriously. I've been able to work out with some of the pros, you know, over this time.
That's good.
They already showed me a lot, just different things of just how to push yourself.
That's good, man. That's excellent, man. That's excellent, man. Who are some of the guys you've been able to lean on, and who do you hope to lean on, you know, as a rookie coming in?
Man, I just want to get around. We actually, in our room with the Cardinals, we actually have a lot of veteran guys with G.J. Humphries and Marcus Gilbert and Justin Pugh. There's a lot of guys that played a lot of ball, so they already been, you know, taking me in, molding me, giving me tips to the game of just how to you know, how to perform at that level.
That's good, man. That's good. You know, one tidbit of information if I could share with you was, you know, as a mentor of mine was Terrell Buckley, and he always told me, he said the best players are the ones who can listen to those who have been in that lane before, right? And then you take nuggets from what they're teaching you. You take those nuggets and apply it to your game. So I certainly wish you the best in that effort and what you're doing. I know you're over there working hard, and I know you're really excited and looking forward to it. Are they telling you guys about when you guys are going to report for camp, or what does that look like?
There's nothing set in stone right now, so we're all just waiting. Just like kind of like everybody else, just waiting. You don't know what you're gonna get tomorrow or the next day, so you just gotta keep staying prepared.
Right, absolutely. So tell me, Josh, I mean, in the midst of all this stuff going on, man, where's your headspace been in just dealing with the anticipation of trying to get into camp? Like you said, you haven't been to the facility yet. Like you haven't even been in the team atmosphere yet. How excited are you? Where your head been at? Like, where's your headspace at? How you feeling right now?
Well, for me, man, I just try to stay as positive as I can, man. It's a lot of stuff, out here today to be negative about, to be down about. So I just try to stay as positive as I can, take one day at a time. Because you can only do so much, in each day, man. You just want to take it, cherish it. A lot of things can happen in one day, so.
Right, that is true, man. That is true. I know that you guys are, in terms of working out, dealing with the COVID situation. Are you guys maintaining, a lot of social distancing? Are you yourself, personally? How are you managing, your time, your space, and just this whole pandemic that's going on right now?
So we got a good thing set up where I work out at, man. We only work out with 4 guys at a time, so we're able to keep stuff clean, keep stuff safe, making sure we're not sharing any germs as fast as possible while still getting the work in. But just being around these guys, man, it's been fun.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. I'm sure that's an exciting time. Every day is like a new experience for you right now, man. And I definitely, like I said, I wish you the best and all of that. I'd like to also get your views on, as a rookie coming into the league and seeing some of the things that are transpiring from this cultural crisis that the country is in, dealing with, the Black Lives Matter movement, George Floyd's murder and stuff like that. You being from, just very familiar with the Houston area and all of that. Like, how did that incident in this time, how has that impacted you?
For me, man, I feel like it's a long time coming, man. I feel like it was needed for us to step up and speak out about this injustice. It's been crazy. A lot of people haven't been able to speak about it because it's such a hard thing to touch on. But first, I want to extend my thoughts and prayers to all those families that lost their loved ones to this injustice, man. I really want to do that. But I feel like it was needed, man. I feel like we can keep going. I want to call to action. I want to what are we gonna do now? We open some people's eyes. We open some people's minds. But now I feel like we need a call to action, whatever that is, so we can actually get something done.
That's cool, man. That's good. Are you and maybe some of your colleagues and/or not necessarily teammates, but even your brothers that you played with at U of H or guys that you've known coming into the league, have you guys had a lot of conversations around this issue, especially as it relates to the NFL?
Man, one thing we was able to do over the meetings, man, was with the Cardinals was have an open forum, man. We have an open forum for guys to be able to express themselves and how they feel about the certain situations, and I feel like that was great for us, man. It was able to understand from people's different viewpoints, and it was a good thing for us as a team, and as far as just people in general, just working with each other, man. It was a great thing for us. Sure.
Man, that's really good because I'm sure that given the circumstances with COVID plus this whole cultural crisis that we're in, that the country, not just the country, but the league, this is the first time that they've taken stances like this and create opportunities for players to be able to talk like that. And so what are your thoughts on, there's a lot of guys, the league has come out and now finally made a stance of taking a position against the black not against, but for the Black Lives Matter movement, coming out formally stating in support of this movement when it took so long, like before you got in the league, and you had Colin Kaepernick who was out there protesting for so long, and others, not just Colin, but Colin was the one that initiated the whole thing, and he started protesting, and he lost his job, basically his career because of it, and all of that stuff, man. So are you feeling like that's something that you want to participate in, you want to continue to support, or what's your thoughts on doing that as the season approaches?
Heck yeah, man. I'm with Cap full go, man. He really kicked it off for us, when nobody was, willing to put themselves out there on that pedestal to speak up. He was the one to do it, and I'm with him full support. Throughout the season, and whatever platform or media outlet I can get to express my my thoughts on this, man. I'm definitely gonna do it for sure.
Well, that's good, man. I know the guys and the league, and not only the guys in the league, but the culture. African Americans, as well as all of the United States and people all over the world, need to see you guys continuing to put together a united front to bring more attention and awareness to the message and to the cause. So it's definitely good to see that you, as a young brother, coming in, wanting to and feeling the need to support this message, man, because it's really an important thing. And like I said, I wish you the best in that for sure, man. So what are some of the other things you're looking forward to as the season comes together for you?
Man, I just want to get around the guys, build that team chemistry, because that's one thing, I've been missing for a little while. I haven't played since December. Just getting in there and putting that time, putting in that work, man, developing that bond, man. It's nothing like it, man. You don't get that nowhere else.
Yeah, you also get to work with some of the best in the league in terms of DeAndre Hopkins, and then your quarterback. Have you guys had any conversations yet or anything like that?
I talked to some of the guys on the team, but with this, I haven't been able to get in touch with everybody.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I certainly understand that. What about back at U of H? You guys at U of H, man, I know you probably stay in touch with some of your old teammates. They had a lot of COVID cases that came through athletics and stuff like that. Were you engaged with them?
No, I mean, I've talked to them, but I haven't been just back down to Houston for a little bit. But I feel like that's just something that happens whenever, sports are going to come back. Some tests are gonna, come back positive. It's just hard to keep it controlled, and especially with so many guys. It's like 105 guys on a football team.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's just gonna be a hard thing to be able to, stop the spread and still be able to get football done.
Yeah, absolutely. Is it speaking of that, dealing with the team? I mean, are the Cardinals talking about you guys being tested regularly? Like, are they asking you guys to be tested now? Because I know, like, back in the day when the whole drug issue was a thing, like, they would do random drug tests on us, even though this is a different situation now that you guys are facing. But are they asking you guys to go get tested regularly, or are they giving you any kind of direction as you guys deal with this in the off season?
They always recommend us stay safe, social distance, wear your mask. But I'm pretty sure when we get up there, we're gonna get tested, an extra number of times to make sure, we can stop the spread or control the spread, whenever we decide in that fall camp.
Okay. Now, but you said they haven't given you guys a date on anything yet?
No, nothing concrete.
Okay. Well, that's cool. So yeah, man, I know you. I know you can't wait to get out there in that Arizona heat for this training camp. Now, I know you're looking forward to it. You should be used to it though, coming from out of Houston, right?
Yeah, man. In Houston, it's a little bit more humid, man.
Yeah.
Houston have a little humid heat. It's a little more drier out there in Arizona, so it kind of just sit on you. But I'm be ready for it.
It's a different game and a different process. Are you seeing I don't know if you're doing any kind of contact stuff against anybody. Are you doing any of that right now, like one-on-ones? You getting an opportunity to get in and work in like that?
Not per se. We've been able to take sets, and shoot our hands, but nothing really too physical.
Yeah, and and there's nothing that can replace that other than doing it, right? Like,
right, man. It's nothing like football shit. You get out there and do it.
Exactly.
Don't 12 play drive.
Exactly, man. You got to put yourself out there in it, and so I know you're looking forward to it, man. I can't wait to just see you out there on the field, getting your opportunity to learn, man, and all the rookie experiences you're gonna have. You ready to start buying lunches and all that kind of stuff?
Man, I'm not looking forward to it, but I know everybody had to do it.
Absolutely. Carrying pads and tying shoes, all kind of stuff, man. Look, you gonna have a bunch of fun.
No, I know it's gonna be a great time. I'm excited, man. I'm happy that the Cardinals was able to draft me, man. I know it's a good system. It's a great system. I love the guys already, man. It's gonna be a great time.
Well, that's good, man. That's good. Are you guys? Are you coming back to the Houston area to play? Do y'all play the Texans this year? Or do you know?
I don't think we do. I don't think they're on the schedule.
Oh, okay. Because I'm sure you can. I'm sure you had that day marked on the calendar whenever that happens, just to be able to come back home and and square up against the guys, right?
Right there in my home city, heck yeah, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Well, listen, man, I want to thank you so much for coming on and, sharing some time with us, giving us, your perspective on everything that's happening with this COVID, with the cultural crisis, man. I think it's so important for people such as yourselves, and now given the platform that you now have to, go and continue to spread that message against police brutality, against the injustices that are happening, man. It's very important, and I wish you the best. We wish you much success. I want you to go out there and kill it, man.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it, Al, man. Whenever you want me back, I'll come back anytime. For sure.
Okay, we'll do, man. So I want to thank you again, man, and go out there and go kill it, go do your thing, man, and stay safe, and we'll be looking out for you. So thank you so much, Josh, for coming on.
Appreciate it, for sure.
All right, man, that was Josh Jones with the NFL, new rookie with the Arizona Cardinals coming in, and guy who's getting excited. It looks like we might have another call coming in, I think, in a few minutes, but we'll get to it as soon as we get him on the line. But, it's great to hear Josh's perspective, just coming in as a new guy, fresh out of college, and going through what they're going through, the experiences that they're experiencing, for in this position. So I'm glad to hear him having a stance to say, hey, he's going to continue to support Colin. He may continue to protest and kneel as the other players are doing. So it was really good to hear that from him and get his perspective. And I want to thank him again so much, and we want to wish him so much success in his career and everything that he's setting out to do right now. Okay, we're going to take another call real quick. We got another caller on the line. Caller, you there?
Yes, I am.
Hey, man, this voice sounds very, very familiar. What's going on, Coach?
Hey, Alfonso Roundtree, how are you? How are things in Houston?
Man, I'm good. It's hot, Coach. It's hot and very hot. And did I say it was hot? But it's been good. Things are really good for me. This is my high school coach, Coach Paul Meckley. He is a legend in Florida as a high school coach. Two back-to-back state champion. Legendary in terms of the work he's done. He definitely helped me in my career, and I want to thank you, Coach, for calling in, man. I really appreciate it. This is truly a delight to hear your voice right now.
Wow, it's awesome to see on Facebook that you had a radio show, and I wouldn't have missed the opportunity. A week ago today, I was calling one of your teammates because he sent me a message, and that was Keaton Cromartie out of New Orleans. So we had a great conversation with him out of the Tulane group, and now another one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's Keaton Cromartie, Tulane alum, Southeast High School alum as well. Man, it's Coach. You've had such an experience over your career. You've seen so much, happening in the communities that you've been in and had an impact in. How does this, this whole cultural crisis that you see the country kind of going through, does it resonate with anything that happened throughout your career up until now?
Wow, I think this is something that is just brand new, and I know the issues have been there, but the brought to the forefront the way it has been is, you know, it's unprecedented, needed, and hopefully, as things have progressed slowly, we have seen some changes developing, and you know, I'm sure as everybody keeps the pedal to the metal, it'll continue. But you know, it's been a challenge seeing it, and I just hope that you know, things continue to improve and change to help out you know, the areas that need assistance. And it seems that there's a lot of different people pulling a lot of different ways to make things happen and improve stuff. You know,
Yeah.
I'm sitting here watching this the golf tournament out of Detroit right now, and Rocket Mortgage is putting up money to bring you know, more of the city of Detroit into the ability to get computers in the home. So, you know, the education, if you're at home, can take place, and you know, all that kind of stuff's going to help.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely, because, you know, you're right. And, you know, you over your career, you've managed through so many different obstacles and adversity, different challenges. What, like, I mean, how do you get through this, and what do you attribute, you know, your success in being able to manage these hurdles to? You know, because I remember, you know, just from my time, you know, at school, we were ranked #1 in the country, and, you know, we came out and we had, you know, one of our star player, Peter Warwick, was out. Had to have a scrub step in at quarterback and all of that, and we managed through. We lost the game, and, you know, you managed through so many different obstacles. What kept you so focused on those, you know, and during that time, and, you know, on the long-term goal, which was always winning the state championship?
Well, I think the one thing that you had to do is that each day you came in, you had to treat it as a brand new day and be prepared for whatever obstacles and changes you can encounter. I know. I think being a high school coach, you tend to walk on eggshells, not knowing what issue is going to come up what day. You know, who's going to come and you know, have a mistake with the teacher, who's going to come up with you know, a sickness and miss a practice, and, you know, cause you to have to make some decisions about playing time and stuff like that. And you know, you just got to kind of wade through it day by day. But I know I often use that expression about walking on eggshells, so that was part of it. But that quarterback that came into play for Peter Warwick, you know, he did a pretty good job. I don't know if those people in Houston realize what a great job you did at that position.
well, thank you, Coach. You speak such kind words. But you know, but yeah, we managed through it. We were able to do it and go out and complete that season and continue to push, man. And Coach, you know, another thing that, you know, about you, you've had a lot of success in the lives of, you know, the African American players and community that you lived in, and with everything that's going on, you know, what you just talked about. The reason why I asked that question, because it's something that I think we all have to face now, is overcoming the adversity, whether it's dealing with the COVID situation right now and or the cultural crisis. What would be some other, you know, things that you might share with people, words of wisdom that you might want to share, because you've impacted so many, you know, and who, you know, still love and revere you, man, and cherish those moments that they've had with you throughout their life. You helped raise a lot of young men, you know, and
you know, as I reflect on all this stuff that's happening in your question, I think that I kind of became a part of the community, and just kind of said, okay, this is what's going to make up our school. This is what's going to make up our football team, and we're just going to keep moving in the same direction. And you know, the school changed. As far as the numbers of students that were at our school, it grew, and as it grew, it changed, and I think I just became entrenched in it, as you do. You sometimes, as a high school coach and as a high school administrator, you sometimes get on the annual merry-go-round, and it's just another group of students who you love and who you care for and who you want to help nurture and, and have them achieve the best thing that they can as a group.
Yeah.
And for us that were together at that time in the 90s, I mean, Alfonso, to win 100 high school football games in that decade.
Oh, man.
Just tremendous.
Oh, man.
You have to think you only got 10 games a year.
Exactly.
And we came up with 100 wins, and you guys were all a part of it because I think you bought into what we were doing, and the community bought into what we were doing.
Right.
And the other thing I think that made it work for us is you guys as players and the community on our side of town had that, they had something to go for, and that was to try and outdo the other school on the other side.
Yeah, that is very true.
You know what I mean?
That is very true.
That was kind of a rallying cry for all of us.
Yes.
And, I think that propelled us, and I think that's one of the things that brought us all together was that nurturing factor that we wanted to mature as a team and mature as individuals, and you guys did. Man, I stop and think of, all you guys that went to Tulane and that group of guys from your class where they all went and, the success that they've become. I had a good conversation with Brett the other day and talked to his brother, so it's all good.
Man, that's awesome, Coach. One of the biggest things I thought I caught out of what you just said was, your ability to be able to evolve with the student body, the group, what the goal is, what the mission is, keeping the mission the same, but being able to evolve and adapt. And I think even people from, today with the situations that we're facing now, the COVID and everything else that the whole country and the whole world is going through, is to be able to adapt and be able to evolve and still have your goal and your mission still be the same, but maybe you need to move a different way or take a different step this day or that day. I think that's so powerful because a lot of people, when they're faced with a challenge or whatever it might be, they refuse to change, they refuse to evolve or refuse to pivot if necessary, and that's why a lot of people may not succeed. And so
you have a very valid point, and I think that, and I appreciate your comment about that because I think that is one thing, whether it was on the football field of X's and O's or how to handle kids, all that stuff is an evolving thing, and I think that's one of the great things that I think I learned, as a coach was always be learning, never stop improving what you know, because somebody's going to pass you up in some aspect. It doesn't have to be a play. It doesn't have to be the Cadillac pass play. It doesn't have to be the 4-2-5 defense. It can be how to handle kids and what we have to do in today's day and age. But you are right. Today's day and age, whoa! what we're experiencing right now with all the with the COVID stuff, the cultural change that it's experiencing, this COVID thing. How do you get in a huddle if you're supposed to be 6 feet apart?
Right.
It's the biggest question.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. It's going to be interesting to see, Coach. I mean, we just had Josh Jones. He's just got drafted to the Arizona Cardinals on, just talking about how, he's walking into a professional career in a way that no other class of rookies has ever had to experience. No one's ever had this, kind of going on during their time as a rookie. So it's going to be very interesting to see, like you said, even at the high school level, the little league, everything. I mean, if it gets started again, when it gets started again, because we know it will. But what will it look like? What will some of the changes be? So, but yeah, Coach, I want to thank you so much, Coach, for calling in, man.
I'm sure glad that you were willing to pick up the phone.
Of course.
Have him call back, man. It is neat talking to you, and I'm happy to hear you're doing something like this. And I sure wish you the best. And go Noles.
Yeah, absolutely. Go Noles, baby. The Seminole chop. Absolutely, Coach. And tell the wife and the family I said hello. And definitely glad to stay in touch, man. It was great to hear you. And I see you got all those T-shirts with my face on it that everybody's calling and trying to sell now, So, listen, I want a little royalty. I haven't gotten a royalty check at all.
I'll tell you what, I just finished taking about 6 pictures, and I got to figure out how to straighten them out and put them all out there on Facebook for you to look at. Talk to you later.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much. Love you, man.
Bye. Love you.
All right. All right. Yeah, that was the legendary Paul Meckley, high school football coach from the Bradenton area. He's going to be, man, it was just such a joy. He such an impact in my life as a young man growing up. He was my high school coach. He coached us to 2 state championships back to back. Man, where we were doing some amazing things, just some really unheard of things in the state of Florida at that. And so for us to go out and have the success that we had was really, a tribute to him, his leadership, his guidance, and the direction that he had us on. And I remember just some of the things that he would talk about. I used to think was crazy, but it all made sense to me now as an adult. And then further in my career, just having the belief system that he instilled in us, the attitude, the hard work, the dedication to the craft that we were given and taught by him. It helped me so much. It helped me become a better football player. It helped me become a better man, better student, and all of that. And so I just want to thank him so much for him and his staff of coaches, assistant coaches that all had an impact in my life and the lives of so many other of my teammates and women, boys and girls at that time. And they truly were monumental in my life. So I just want to send them a big shout out. Got to send a shout out to Southeast High in Bradenton, Florida, Southeast Seminoles, baby. Got to say what's up to you guys. But we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to The Cutting Edge right here on Edge Radio.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society.
Hey, welcome back. And it's Thursday right here on the Cutting Edge. You're listening to the Edge Radio Network at 1540 AM, 101.7 on your FM dial. You can feel free to call us at 281-587-1540. That's 281-587-1540. We've had some great phone calls thus far, early in the show and everything. And now it's time. Lemon to the stage, in the room right now. Our Thursday contributor, the smart CEO herself, Miss Kyra Harvey. How we doing, Kyra?
Hey, Al.
Yes.
I am here. I'm excited to be here. How are you?
And I am great. I am doing, you know what? I'm inside out of this heat right now, so I'm feeling pretty good. Absolutely.
I've been dashing from AC to car to AC, so I don't even know. What's the temperature outside?
Oh, hot. This is
So we're doing hot today?
We're just hot.
It's hot.
It's
all right.
It's hot. We're going to go with hot today.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have like a 5-second window within the heat. I didn't feel it. I haven't perspired. I'm grateful.
You're lucky.
I'm grateful.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, it's been an interesting day thus far. And, you know, just had some great phone calls with Josh Jones, NFL rookie, just got drafted. And then another great phone call from one of my coaches from high school. Paul Meckley calling in, man. So it's been an awesome show.
It's been hyper infused with good stuff, man.
Absolutely.
I think it's exciting to really get the pulse of a player that's headed into the league, and especially I heard you talk about it in this climate. It's totally different than anything we've experienced, and I think it's also great to get perspective, you know, of those that influence the players, and that's your coaches. And then your coaches have such an affinity. You must have been a really good player back in your day, Al Roundtree.
I don't know. I was
back in your day.
I was you know, Coach. He threw me in at quarterback. We needed a quarterback. He threw me in at quarterback. I had to get through
QB
it.
position.
I did.
What?
I did.
I love it. I see you learn something new about your people all the time. I never knew.
Absolutely.
That's exciting.
Absolutely. You know, what else is exciting is not really, but all this news that we're getting right now with all the, you know, what's going, because, you know, it's crazy because things have changed since the last time we talked.
But
so,
every moment.
Yeah.
Every
absolutely.
moment. I know you've got something hot coming my way.
Absolutely.
But it's been changing so much. It's almost like I was talking to my sister. It's like you just get up and say, okay, God, what's today's plan?
Absolutely.
Like I'm not even trying to map out the week.
Absolutely. And that's what, you know, it's so funny you say that because that's actually what Coach Meckley was just talking about.
Really?
How every day, you just take every day for what it is and you do it every day, you know, to be able to help overcome adversities and challenges that people are facing. And I just thought he made a great point when he said that. And he also talked about being able to evolve and pivot. You know, he talked, because I asked him, like, how was it that he was so successful? This dude helped raise a lot of black men. I'm just gonna say that, right?
Wow.
He did, and you know, he's had a huge impact on a lot of lives. And you know, I wanted to know, like, how was it? What does he attribute that success to? Because he was successful, but he also made a huge impact in the lives of so many. And he just talked about how he was able to evolve, like the different, you know, the school and the audience of the kids and the number of students that we had and the different rules that was brought in every season and blah 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 blah. And when the school we started getting really good, the county started changing the rules and like, you know, he had to deal with so much and he was able to still be successful through all of that. Like, and so him being able to pivot, you know, evolve through whatever came his way, you know, is what he lends to that success. And I just thought that was such an awesome thing, which brings me to my point for you today is because, you know, since we talked last Thursday, and last Thursday, you know, there was some rumblings about the numbers spiking and stuff like that here in the Houston area.
Yes.
I think at that time, they were saying how Houston was about to be the worst city in terms of the number of cases and all that. And then on Friday, that's when they ruled everything back. They shut down the bars. They made the restaurants go down to a capacity of 50%. So, you know, now it seems like they're going to start shutting down even more to help try to, you know, slow the spread and all that. So my question for you today is like, okay, so we talked about having to evolve and before, and we talked about pivoting and stuff like that before.
Yes.
But now you getting hit again. You're a business owner out there right now. You're being hit again. There's the extended stay-at-home work order now, and all of that. So now,
what
do you do?
So first of all, let me just say this, and if this is controversial, so be it. That's how I rock. It's disruptive. We never shut down. Mm-hmm. We shut down. We scaled back is what we did. We never shut down. So we really didn't have the best opportunity to win in this thing. We were still trying to give a lot of grace in areas. And although a lot of us stayed at home and we were like, hey, let us know how it is out there, we knew this was coming. And I think that from a leadership perspective, our government at our higher level in Texas understood the ramifications of saying partial shutdown, do this scale, we're going to phase reopen after 30 days of being in the house. It was too early back in April to say yes. Mm-hmm. And so we all knew that, all of us with enough sense to know, still take your own precaution within your family. So I read a snippet of the mayor's letter to the governor saying we need your help on a state level to say that masks are mandatory, that we go down even lower in terms of our numbers in our bars. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even realize this, but gentlemen's clubs and BYOB clubs are not considered bars, so they haven't even had to scale.
What?
I didn't know. It's scandalous, right?
Really?
So you can still
it was more like really
whatever.
Like, it wasn't so much.
So I can still make it rain, and then still increase the risk of COVID. Like you have all those open orifices. I'll just leave,
really
leave it alone. I'm just saying. It's
what? Wait a minute.
Don't do it. Don't touch it.
Wait a minute.
Let it fly.
Can we stay up for a minute?
No, we cannot. Out.
Okay.
All right. So. How about put your foot in your mouth, Kyra? So my point is, though, like, I didn't know that. And I was like, dang. So, like, all these other things are happening. We are being hit, period. The hit is consistent. So staying at home doesn't change the fact that we're still financially impacted. What it does, okay, so there's some other things that it is impacting. Obviously, education. And that does impact our kids, their scholarship capabilities, their ability to test, their ability to advance in school. There are colleges and universities that are not requiring the ACT, SAT this entrance period in the fall because we haven't been able to gather for our kids to test, nor have they been able to prepare for testing. So there's a financial ramification that's far greater than the basics, right? So that's one level of it. Education, that's another tier of it. Plus, you think about our kids that have been hyper engaged in social media. They know exactly what's going on. We talked about our Gen Z already, right? These are our kids that are in school right now. They know what's going on. The schools are going to get all these kids back in some way, shape, or form in some cluster, and these kids have all this aggression and all this information and all these opinions. Somebody needs to get in there and start helping that kind of flush out so we can actually get to the education as well, because our kids are not only going to want to address the social issues, they're going to want to address they have to address the cultural issues. And I will tell you, I know you asked me a very pointed question, what do we do with our businesses? It's going to be more of the same. So whatever we're doing right now to survive, to stay afloat, to collaborate, to elevate our business, to become more digital, to become more versatile, more flexible, more of that, more of my new saying that I coined here, pick up your pen, more of that, and make sure you're writing the narrative, because it is impacting everything. My prediction, if I was, someone that was to be quoted when it comes to my prediction, we're in this thing until December. We're in this thing. We're bringing the holidays in quarantine, if we're smart. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because we haven't had enough time to create a dip that we could sustain, period. We all get it. It's the facts, it's the numbers. It's not a scare tactic, it's just reality. And I think for us, we have to just be clear about that and protect our families and our businesses. Money is good, but family is better. Health is better, right? We need all of it to sustain. But at the same time, I'm not necessarily completely willing to sacrifice my life for the sake of $1. So I think we have to be creative about how we make money. We need to collaborate. Let me tell you this, though. Nugget drop. Listen, if you were working regionally, like you were like, I'm going to grow my platform in Texas, in Houston, I'm going to grow it in Cali because that's where I live. Let me tell you something. The world is now wide open. The U.S. is wide open. You can grow national platforms right now. Why? Because everybody's tuned. So we don't have to wait, to go through some of the traditional methods of building our platforms and building our messaging and our marketing. We can accelerate this thing pretty quickly. And I'm excited even to have met some folks that can help do that. So I'm interested in accelerating some things. I'm interested in leveraging collaborative relationships. I'm not interested in doing it all with only my thought process as the key.
Your thought power.
Come on, it's stale. I want some fresh stuff. So I'm tapping into that. I'm tapping into some generational insight that I would not ordinarily get access to. So I'm digging in.
Okay, so there's two parts I really want to dig into, but I don't want to get into it right now. I do have one question. I do have one question for you. Has there been something from a smart CEO perspective, something, it could be a large company or corporation, or a small one that here locally or whatever, that you've seen, moves they've made, pivots they've taken, things they've done. It could be related to COVID, or it could be related to the Black Lives Matter movement, that you were like, wow, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
That right there. That right there. Like this right here.
Emphatically yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you, I have been at 2 tables, and I'm so grateful for them. One, JP Morgan Chase.
What? You saying that name alone, I'm shocked, but go ahead.
Having a conversation with leaders that want to move the bar, that have access to the resources, that want to impact the smart CEO community, the Black community of business owners, yes.
Wow.
I'm saying that publicly.
Wow.
Yes, and I'm grateful to be at the table having those conversations here in Houston with regards to what can be done, and we're not done having that conversation. So yes to that. And the other one I'm going to say is, I was just, as a part of my commitment to education, this is not directly related to my nonprofit, but as a parent, I've become very involved with my daughter's school, and she attends Houston School of Performing and Visual Arts, which is a huge magnet school here in Houston. And yes, they have taken a stance. They're one of the most diverse schools in our city for sure, and they're dealing with the creative population, producing more artists for the world. And yes, they are taking a stance. And so we've had some dynamic conversations around that. And they pushed out some incredible statements to speak to their position and how they're going to move forward and be catalysts for the Black Lives Matter movement in theory, but the concept of making sure we have a diverse and an inclusive and an equitable space to occupy for our kids in education. So I'm going to say those 2 specifically. I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to say there are more like them. I'm so glad you asked me that question, because people want that answer. Clusters of people that work together that don't look like us, they want to know how to have the right conversation, how to think differently. They're asking us to teach them at the same time as we figure out how to walk through this. And so we're teachers of how we're teaching people how to support us while we're seeking the support from the people. It's a dynamic position to be in as a people. Like that's dynamic. Think about that. I have to teach you, and I know if you think about leadership, we'd say we teach people how to lead us. We're teaching people how to govern themselves alongside us when they've had to not necessarily think about it technically, right? It's probably been very fluid, and so whatever their worldview was, they adopted it and they implemented it. Now you've got to have a very strategic thought process around how you engage with Black people.
Well, it was different though. It was not, not only was it kind of how they did it but they didn't really want to. Like they didn't really take the time to.
I have a choice. If I have a choice to have a hard conversation or an easy conversation, which one?
Exactly.
Which one am I having? And I think we have, I don't know, I feel like we have such a dynamic responsibility, right? It's like, this might sound crass, but I was still very stung by the Aunt Jemima image from last week, right? Very stunned by this incident that happened at a Huntington bank where a gentleman was cashing his paycheck, $1,000 paycheck, and the police were called. This man's paycheck, his check. That, I think the symbolization of that just hurt me to my core. And when you start thinking about how much more of that is happening or has happened and will continue to happen, we have so far to go in so many areas.
Absolutely.
So I think it's important to know who we should support based on who's raising their hand and saying I'm in it with you all. I think that's important, and I think the other part of that is that we actually mobilize our dollars around that. That we do that, and that we let them know we're doing that.
What does it say about, or what are your thoughts about a company that that is not making those moves? That's not, like I heard, like today, I read an article, seen it on the news or something, how like Pinterest, they're actually being sued by 2 former employees for racial things and stuff like that at the workplace, and they're now saying that, well, we want to change our board. We're going to add a person of color to our board. We're going to take new practices. Even at Google, this brother who was, I think he was, kind of up the hierarchy, if you will, but you had other Googlers stopping him, like, let me see your badge, like, do you belong here, type of thing. And Google has now come out saying, we're going to stop that, we're going to stop this. What are your thoughts on those companies that aren't making any type of, just maybe they feel like their climate, their atmosphere at work, maybe it is, maybe we're good, we don't need that over here. What do you think about that?
I think it's 2 things. I think the one is that we're hot. It's hot, and so everybody wants to say something that they're going to do. And I think we're all watching to see who puts the monumental move and monumental black person in the top seat, and hope that that's not really a chess move, right? We hope that that's really because of skill, talent, capability, and to drive the organization's mission and vision. We hope that that's the reason why Amazon just did it at the helm of HR. And so I think we have that layer happening where people are putting people in place to make a move so it looks good optic wise. But then there's that conversation of, we're not necessarily going to address our culture because we think we're okay, but we'll address maybe the isolated incidents that occur. I think right now, whether you know how to have the conversation or not, I think now is the time to just rip all the Band-Aids off and just have a blanket dialogue no matter what, whether you're good or not, right? Inside the Kyra company, I'm having the conversation whether we're good or not. Inside Imagine Excellence, we're having the conversation whether we're good or not. And that's because we still have an obligation to raise the cultural issue. We can't just walk past it and act like it doesn't exist, right? And so I think if you're going to be responsible with our current society's plight, you need to speak on it, period. And if you don't know how, there are experts that can help you do it. If you don't know how to address the biases, if you don't know how to address the cultural indifference, the inequity, the ability to create a sustainable cultural diversity plan, ask for help. There are people that can do that with you and strategize with you and show you how. I just think it's ignorance and it's carelessness on your part if you choose not to take this moment to be present with it. I think it's careless. Now, it is to each his own, but our dollars also speak, so we get to choose. Right,
and hopefully we're learning just how powerful our power is.
Yes.
With our dollar in our communities, and learning here every day.
And our vote.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And our vote.
Absolutely.
And our vote.
It's a must. It's a must that we get it done. So, Kyra, as always, it's been a great Thursday. Smart CEO Thursdays right here on Cut It. Yeah, it's Thursday already. I can't wait for the weekend. I don't know. Yeah, time flies when you're having fun,
I'm
baby.
saying.
What?
This is good, y'all.
Absolutely. It's always. So,
good.
and so tell the audience where they can find you, where they can reach out to you.
You can reach me, Kyra Hardwick, KYRA Hardwick, HARDWICK, at the Kyra Company. If you Google me, you'll find all my assets. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it is Kyra Rennell. That is my personal page, or you can find the Smart CEOs as well. We will look for you. We will invite you into our private group. We want you to be there. We have a Smart Talk tonight. That's how we do it. Your Thursdays just got a little smarter. just sitting here loving this conversation that we're having, Al Roundtree. I'm so glad to be a contributor on Thursdays and be with you.
Man, it's a pleasure, and I love it. Every time we get together and we do this, it's always a joy and a real delight. So looking forward to it, and definitely looking forward to it next week.
Yes.
Right? Same time, same place, guys. So if you guys got questions, feel free to give us a call, 281-587-1540. Although you got to make that phone call next week now, because we're about to wrap it up. We're going to kill the show this week, but we'll be back next week, guys. You're listening to The Cutting Edge right here on the Edge Radio Network. I am your host, Al Roundtree, and we'll see you on Monday. Peace.
Edge Radio Network, where we have conscious conversation.
Edge is about love, relationships, and healing.
Edge Radio is for everyone and about everyone.
Edge is about working together.
Edge Radio is about recreating a beautiful body.
Edge is about community, synergy, and empowerment.
Edge is about being kind, compassionate, and loving to all.
Edge Radio is about beauty and fashion.
各位观众 ，Edge Radio 是大家最好听的一个电台，不要忘记听哦。Yeah, I love radio. You can hear all about the topic and join us soon.
Edge is about being on the edge and